Is this what the EV market desperately needs? This is truly making waves, and the EV2 is not just like the normal, overpriced EVs that are full of useless features. In fact, Kia is selling this with a starting price of $25,000. Surprisingly, that's not the most interesting part. If we're being honest, we are all tired of the same useless, copy-paste EVs. And the industry itself is suffering for it. But Kia seems to know that. While most people were focused on the battle between BYD and Tesla, the Korean underdog seems to be winning for more reasons than one. And it all starts with one thing: performance. This is an EV that can go a whopping 400 miles on a single charge and comes loaded with all the essential features you'd want, all neatly packaged in a price tag that won't break the bank. I mean, $25,000 for a 400-mile EV is honestly a steal. Kia, the same folks who've been cooking up some cool EVs lately, have decided to shake things up with this one. They're answering the collective plea of car enthusiasts for a decent EV under $25,000, and that doesn't compromise on range or get bogged down with unnecessary add-ons that jack up the cost. And guess what? They're fast-tracking the launch to 2024 instead of making us wait until 2026. Now, what's causing all this buzz is not just the price, or the fact that Kia is introducing a groundbreaking technology that gives the EV2 its impressive 400-mile range. There is more to it than just that, so watch carefully. Kia's been feeling the heat from competitors like MG, BYD, and the electric giant Tesla. Unlike other brands driving into the luxury market, Kia's got its eye on the middle-class price. They've noticed the high price tag of EVs are pushing people towards hybrids, so they're planning to capitalize on this void. They're taking the road less traveled by delivering what folks have been asking for: a solid EV that doesn't cost an arm and a leg. This beast of a car is entering the market with the same price tag, which puts it in direct competition with the critically acclaimed EV3, EV4, and EV5 models. Imagine a compact dynamo, a small B-segment machine that's not just a city car but an urban warrior with rugged design elements. Kia wants to combine modern design trends with classic traditional design concepts, which is why they're making a digital tiger grille that is sleek and practical too. Under the hood, the EV2 is no slouch. It's rocking the same foundation as its elder siblings in the Kia EV family, the Hyundai Motor Group's EGMP platform. This platform is very modular, and it can be integrated with single or twin motor powertrains. But hold your horses. A compact ride like the EV2 might not need the horsepower of a twin motor setup tailored for city driving. We would love to see something like that, but let's be honest, no one is expecting that. Well, that is except for Kia. In fact, they're making a GT version. Kia's spicing things up with a performance-led GT variant for every model in their EV lineup. Practicality? Check. Fun and adventure? Double check. But let's be real, even the base model is more than enough for most of us. And this car is coming with a 400-volt EGMP modular architecture. What this means is that it keeps costs down, making the EV2 an affordable urban companion. Some ultra-fast charging might have been a plus, but let's face it, for your daily commute and family outings, do you really need that? But the EV2 isn't just about numbers and tech jargon. Kia's throwing a curveball with an all-new sodium-ion battery. It's the secret sauce behind that impressive 400-mile range. Imagine cruising from New York to Washington, D.C. and back without a pit stop for a charge. Now, that's a game changer. Now you might be wondering how a company all of a sudden managed to achieve what we've all been asking for years. So we should be a little curious about this. Sure, Kia has been making great EVs lately, especially when compared to what the market has been offering. But we should not be fooled by all the hype. If you think about it, this all seems great, but there must be a catch, right? And there is, so watch carefully and let me explain. New and improved technology. When you step inside the EV2, you'll be greeted by a top-notch infotainment system with an AI assistant that's more like a personal butler. It learns your preferences, your favorite music, cabin temperature, you name it, and adjusts the settings accordingly. Now, that's classy. Very classy. But believe it or not, that's not the main showstopper. The Mood Sense cabin is. Kia's not just focusing on horsepower, they're diving into your emotions. They know that is how you build a brand identity. You see, we don't buy a product for the product itself, but we want all the feelings that come with it. Look at all the big brands. That is how they operate. I mean, when was the last time you heard someone praise Tesla EVs for their real, practical solutions? Even the self-driving mode has been unreliable, but all the public cares about is how cool it looks. That is why Kia is using advanced sensors to detect your mood and tweak the cabin environment accordingly. Stressed? Dim lights, calming music, and a lavender scent. Feeling festive? Get ready for vibrant colors, upbeat tunes, and a hint of citrus. Kia's turning your car into a mood-reading sanctuary. Let's be honest, this is cool. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. The EV2 comes equipped with gesture control features. Wave to answer calls, swipe to change music tracks, or simply point to set the perfect cabin temperature. It's tech wizardry designed for a seamless driving experience. So now the question is the catch, right? Well, think about it. The catch is this. Every time a new technology rolls out, we have to deal with reliability issues. I understand that nothing is perfect, and things take time to improve, but in my opinion, what Kia did was both answer our questions and miss them totally. The very reason people are liking and gravitating towards their EVs is because of how simple they keep things. This seems to be counterproductive. $25,000 is still great for a car like this, but what could have been the price tag if we had all the traditional buttons and systems instead of this AI that feels like it came out of some sci-fi movie scene? At least they could have offered both a high-end version with all these features and an even cheaper version that just does what it needs to, right? Or are we the only ones concerned with this? Tell us in the comments. Now, this is not the only thing that is a bit worrying. There is one major issue. Let's talk about it. Kia's big plan. Kia revealed their big plan in September last year. During their announcement, they said 3 more models, EV3, EV4, and EV5, join the electric revolution. Built on Kia's Electric Global Modular Platform, or EGMP, supporting 400 and 800 volt architecture. They had already released the EV9, Kia's largest electric car, and that one's been gaining popularity with its spacious 3-row design, perfect for families on the go, although it is very expensive compared to the EV2. And now they have a plan to reach 1 million sales by 2030. This is going to be a pretty tough challenge. But if they keep making cars like the EV2, then that goal would not be that hard to reach. As production gears up, Kia's eyeing global dominance. The EV2 is kicking off production in Slovakia, with a keen focus on American and European markets. President and CEO Honan Song is crystal clear. Break the US $25,000 barrier. This pricing move positions the EV2 as a direct rival to the BYD Dolphin and MG4, giving the Nissan Leaf a run for its money. And with the Chevy Bolt out of the picture, the EV2 is stepping up as a beacon of affordability in the EV world. And Kia's not stopping there. Down under, they're unleashing some excitement in the Australian market. The flagship EV9 is hitting the streets this month, priced just under $100,000. Kia's playing on both ends of the price spectrum, proving they're not a one-trick pony. The EV9 caters to the premium segment, while the EV2 opens doors for those seeking an economical yet stylish ride. Now, all of this sounds great on paper, but the reality is that if they actually do start hitting their goals, we can be sure that Kia's production line is going to be stretched to the maximum, and we all know what that means. Look at all the companies that try to bite more than they could chew. They failed drastically. This is what happened to the Ford Maverick. The demand got so high that they couldn't even deliver the ones that customers had ordered months ago. Now, they don't even accept new orders. Usually, when a company gets backed into a corner like this, what happens is they cut down costs on their production lines, which forces them to start producing unreliable products. And tell me, who would want to buy an unreliable EV? We've started to see the EV market collapse because of this. But what do you think? Let us know in the comments, and if you want to know the details about the EV market collapse, watch the video we already posted on our channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you there.